Yay, video. It's been a long time coming. I apologize. But yeah, I just wanted to post a quick video tonight about my latest blog post. So if you've read it, you'll know what it's about. But if you haven't, you won't. So I'll tell you. It's called Avoiding Relapsing, and I just had a few tips in there about, well, I guess things that I found useful in the last year or so to avoid relapsing in eating disorder recovery. So I wanted to share them with you guys. Firstly, and the most important thing I think, is to pray a lot about recovery and yeah, just praying that God will give you the strength to continue to persevere and that He'll be with you as you seek to make changes for good in your life. And yeah, just that you'll find the courage not to quit, even though it seems really tough sometimes. Secondly, have people around you who can keep you accountable, people that you trust, so whether it be friends from school or church or workmates or people within your family. Yeah, just ask them if they could regularly check in with how you're going and maybe catch up with them once a week or once a month or whatever is appropriate for both of you, and just catch up on things. I think that the more people you have around you, the more likely changes to occur. I think it's really important that we don't isolate ourselves throughout recovery. Yeah, because it's really hard to tough it out on your own, and you shouldn't have to do that either. So yeah. Look after yourself, because you are ridiculously valuable, even if you don't see it or think it right now. Hopefully you do at some point. Do things that you love doing with the people that you love, whether it be having a bath or reading a book or having some family time or getting coffee with friends. Things that you've been putting off for ages, just go and do them, because you deserve to do them. Fourthly, if that's a word, yeah, I think it is, know your triggers. Know the things that send you spiraling down into your eating disordered ways. For me, I know that when I'm sick, I'm more likely to think in an eating disordered way. I had laryngitis a few weeks ago and a tummy bug, and yeah, that was not cool. But I think if you become aware of these things and you're able to point them out, then you can start to change them, and you'll know what your triggers are, and soon they won't be triggers anymore, if that makes any sense. And also talk about these triggers as well to people that you trust, so that people can also continue to keep you accountable. Find healthy and appropriate coping strategies and do them. I know I say that like it's really easy, but it's definitely one of the hardest things that you ever do. I think that the more you start to do these, the more natural they'll become. So seriously, bite the bullet and do it, because the sooner you start doing these things, the less risk I think you'll have of relapsing. Make goals, long-term and short-term goals. Don't put a lot of pressure on yourself to change quickly in a week, or don't give yourself set dates, because point is, like, what happens if you reach out and then you get down on yourself because you haven't reached that goal by that time? Don't put pressure on yourself. Don't rush yourself. These things take time. Seek professional help if you need to, and if you haven't already, it's important that we have other people maybe who don't necessarily know us really well to help keep us accountable too. Especially if you're receiving treatment for an eating disorder, don't stop seeing your dietitian or your psychologist or whoever you're seeing too early, because yeah, it's really important to have people there who are aware of what's going on, and yeah, Remember to breathe a lot, because breathing is important and it's how we stay alive. When you seriously are feeling overwhelmed, remember to breathe. Number 9. When the eating disorder tries to reel you back in, go outside and look at the stars. Okay, it sounds so corny, but I'm not going to lie, I had an eating disordered meltdown maybe a week, 2 weeks ago, and I was like, I'm going to go outside and lie on the grass and look at the stars. And I did, and the moon, we also had a full moon that night. It was just stunning, and it just reminded me that God is so much bigger than I am. And yeah, it was a big reality check, and a good one. God is big and I am little, and He is sovereign and He is in control, and I am precious and valuable, and it's all okay. So yeah, and you're precious and valuable too. So go outside and look at the stars if you're freaking out and it's nighttime. If it's daytime, that's not going to work. Sorry. Lastly, be very gentle with yourself. Change isn't going to happen overnight. That's okay. Recovery isn't like a straight path. It has twists and turns, and it's a bit like snakes and ladders, really. Sometimes you'll relapse, sometimes you'll fall back into old habits. That's okay. The point is that you continue to persevere, and yeah, onwards and upwards, really. It's been my motto for the last few months, onwards and upwards. And yeah, please be gentle with yourself and keep going, because you can do it. Good night.